Hi, my name is Dianne. I'm a Filipino nurse who is now working in Norway as an under nurse. I began to be an RN back in 2014. Yeah. And then I moved to Norway at first as an au pair. And then with my husband, who's also a nurse, we moved to Sweden because he's Swedish. And so, fast forward history, I have been living in Sweden for 10 years, and we live by the border of Sweden and Norway, and it takes 45 to 1 hour. 45 minutes to 1 hour to get to the nearest municipality of Norway. So this is where I'm working now. It's called Meråker kommune. And before that, I have been working in the bemanning, like an agency, we call it, different agencies in Norway for almost a year now. And before that, I have had worked in Sweden within healthcare, like personlig assistant. It's basically like a caregiver while I was learning the Swedish language on my own. And then under nurse, and also I have worked as a cleaner in the beginning because I didn't know the language very well. So when you're in healthcare, you want to be able to communicate very well. So that's what happened. Fast forward, we've got kids and a lot of things happen in my life, and I'm pretty satisfied with working in Norway again, back in Norway, because I have worked as an au pair, if I have mentioned earlier or not. I have worked. It's not actually considered as work in Norway. Sorry, I'm literally working right now, but it's calm. It's night shift I am in. So yep, right now I'm working in Helsetunet. It's basically comprises of long-term and short-term patients with a mix of dementia department, as well as what else do we have here? Hjemmetjeneste, the home care nurse. You drive around, and they have apartments for people who stay here. It's called trygdebolig, a safe house. You can translate it that way, where they get help during the day and afternoon routines. Otherwise, at night, when they only need help, they will push their alarm bracelets or necklaces. So yeah, how did I become a nurse here, or under nurse? Well, I submitted my credentials to the nursing authority in Norway back in 2014 when I came here as an au pair for the first time, and it was quite fast process. It was actually called something else, SAK, and now it's called NOKUT, NOKUT. I will link the websites in the description. I have I can get through. I can make a video about what credentials I have sent in and so forth, that I could guide you step by step. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the camera for my patient. Anyway, yes, credentials. How did I get here? Started working as helsefagarbeider. I sent my credential. I got autorisation. they call it authorization. Basically, you're authorized to practice as what their standard is according to your education and experiences. I didn't get so much experiences, hospital experiences after being an RN, because I went to Norway pretty much within after a year becoming a nurse. I went here with my ex-boyfriend. I'm sorry, darling. My ex-boyfriend. It's now my husband. And yeah. And then we moved to Sweden. In Sweden, I learned the language. I learned the basics of Norwegian, but we had to move to Sweden. And so I learned the language. It took me about 2 years because I was also working part-time as a cleaner, as figuring things out with my life, what I wanted to do. And so I finished the 3 up until svenska som andraspråk 3 for immigrants. With that, you needed that for you to be able to get to the licensure exam for Swedish nurses. So now we're focusing to be a Swedish nurse, because here in Scandinavia, if you can speak the Scandinavian language, then you could actually work in Norway, in Sweden, in Denmark, if you know the language. It's quite hard for me to understand Danish at the moment, but with Swedish and Norwegian, I could understand them. So I learned the Swedish, and I have finished that, but I haven't taken my exam as a nurse in Sweden, because my used to be target was to be a nurse in Sweden and then just send your paper to Norway. Then you're automatically, of course, they will also validera. What do you call validera? They will still have to check your papers if you are really a nurse in Sweden, or vice versa. Then you can pretty much be godkänt, get recognized on both, and you can practice on both countries, even then in Denmark, for as long as, again, you know the language and you can speak and understand. So there. And yeah, we used to live in the south of Sweden, Helsingborg, Skåne, with a pretty cute dialect in the south. And then we decided to move up north in Jämtland, Åre Kommune, which is again 45 to 1 hour by drive to get to the nearest municipality. But before that, in January of 2025, I started working for the agency, healthcare. So I have worked in the south of Norway, Kristiansand, and then worked up north in Øksnes Myre. It's near Lofoten. And then recently in Trondheim. So I have worked in Helsehuset. It's like an elderly home where they have different departments for dementia and long-term needs for people, for elderly. And then in Trondheim, it's also the same with omsorgsbolig. I'm throwing different words right now, but don't focus too much on that if you're not familiar with the healthcare structure in Norway. And so I decided to directly apply to the nearest kommune of Norway to my to our place in Sweden. So that I could be with my family. This is the reason why I chose to be directly hired to the municipality, so that I can go go back home every day, or yeah, every time I'd been to work, because with the bemanning or with the agency, you have your own place, you're very far from your family. In Trondheim it takes 3 hours that I could take the train, so I went back and forth like every week. It cost me a lot of course, but that would be that I can show or declare on my deduction tax declaration next year, so it's okay. And also with this driving back and forth, I can also declare that. So yeah, the reason why I chose this is because I want to be with my family. But if you are single or you have a partner who has a flexible work, go ahead and try it. So this is it for now. And if you have any questions regarding working in healthcare in Norway or Sweden, just comment and have a nice day.